Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. We're in a period of going down the rabbit hole, and we're going to continue that. I will give just a disclaimer to, be sovereign. Only take the information that actually resonates with you. I'm just sharing what comes through my channel, and some things can shift, some things might change, and more than anything, I'm full in the belief that we're all sovereign beings. So please stay sovereign and be responsible for what you choose to believe in. I have had this feeling for a very long time that we are at a threshold right now. This is a very important time because this is a moment where your soul chooses which timeline to go with. And I'm not really going to sugarcoat this anymore. Frankly, there's been a war on your soul because your soul is life force energy, and the beings that have run this planet behind the scenes, they do not have life force energy, so they need human energy in order to sustain themselves. And so they've created a lot of structures within society that allow for them to feed off your life force energy. And right now, there's an opportunity for humans to ascend that and to actually become the gods that we're meant to become in this lifetime. And in order to do that, we must overcome the systems that have been feeding off our life force energy. And that is the common matrix systems as we know it, being dependent on a government job, being dependent on the healthcare system, externalizing love, externalizing health, externalizing wealth, like literally giving away our power to institutions or people outside of us. And this is a moment where we must learn to source everything from within. And one practical way to start with that is frankly to get out of the matrix model. Like this is a moment where you must learn to make money in your own way. Figure out what service you can offer to the world that people will pay you for, so you don't have to enslave yourself inside of a matrix model. Because if you are a slave to a corporate job, you are naturally feeding life force energy to the system and to the beings that run this system. Because if you have to spend 8 hours a day doing something you're not deeply passionate about, you have to disassociate to some extent or another from your body. And when you do that, you create space for beings to attach themselves and to take your energy, basically. Also, not only talking about, how you might actually be feeding corporations that are directly related to this, or maybe even feeding this system. So it's so important for you to get out of that system. That's why I teach life purpose activation. That's why I teach you how to start a business from your purpose inside of my mentorship program. And I also have a course version for that. If you're interested to know more, check below. And apart from that, it's also just a moment for us to upgrade our DNA, to upgrade ourselves cellularly, because those people who are going to ascend in around 2030 are the people who are genetically and energetically sovereign. So that means we're sovereign in our lives, we're sovereign within ourselves. And that requires a certain level of physical purification as well. You cannot have a body that's full of parasites or that's, dependent on medication from the system, for instance. It's a very important time that you learn to heal yourself from within or through the remedies of nature. So those are two really important points. Get out of the matrix, start to become sovereign in your life. And really at the core of it, what we're meant to do is activate our 12-strand DNA so that no matter what happens on this planet, we are safe because we can materialize, dematerialize by will, which is a skill that humans in their highest expression have. And that's going to come again through, deep inner work, through doing those activations from within ourselves. So it's really a time to claim that sovereignty. I'm going to host a masterclass on this topic on May 7th at noon Central European time. This masterclass is going to be on 12-strand DNA activation and how you can apply that in your own life, what benefit it's going to give you, and how you can stay sovereign into 2030 timeline. There's still so many things we don't know, but all that I can see and what I will suspect so far is that there will be the humans who stay behind with the matrix. They're going to be part of a system that gets more and more and more controlling. But these people will choose that because the control gives them a false sense of safety, right? And then there will be the humans that choose sovereignty, that create their own communities, that live in harmony with nature, and that are going to go their own pathway. And through those two different pathways, that's the soul choosing, what timeline it's gonna be part of. And there's in in God's eyes, there is no right or wrong in the sense that we're all, loved by God. We're all the children. But for yourself, choose the higher timeline because that is the only path of soul liberation. In the other timeline, your soul will get stuck into a loop that could be very, very difficult to get out of for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. So I hope you will come along with us. I came to this planet to help as many souls as possible choose the heaven on earth timeline. And that's what I dedicate myself to every day, no matter how crazy it may sound. I am done hiding myself because I know I'm here for a really, really big mission. And I hope you're going to come along. So join us for the free masterclass. There's more info down below, and I cannot wait to see you there.